It was a warm summer evening in Trois-Rivières, Quebec, the kind of night where the air was thick with the scent of fresh-cut grass and children's laughter echoed through the streets. Kids rode their bikes in endless loops, stretching out the last golden rays of daylight before the streetlights flickered on. It was the 31st of July 2007, a Tuesday night like any other, until it wasn't, because that night, a little girl vanished without a trace. Her name was Cédrika Provencher, and what happened to her remains one of Canada's most haunting mysteries. Stay with me as we relive the last moments before she disappeared, and the long years of unanswered questions that followed. It's around 8 p.m. 9-year-old Cédrika is out riding her bike. She's full of energy, pedaling through her neighborhood, enjoying the last moments of daylight. Witnesses say they saw her smiling and stopping to chat with neighbors. She was a friendly, well-liked child. But then, something strange happens. She begins asking strangers if they've seen a lost black and white dog. A man, she says, had asked for her help to find it. We all know this trick, don't we? The lost puppy. It's one of the oldest, most sinister lures for innocent children. Cédrika, being kind-hearted, eager to help, sets off on a search. She's seen emerging from a wooded area with a friend, closely followed by a man. Later, she's spotted on her bike in a local park and nearby streets. But this time, there is no dog. There is only a predator. And before anyone realizes what's happening, she's gone. Hours pass, and her family grows anxious. By 9 p.m., Cédrika's parents are calling her friends and knocking on neighbors' doors. By 10 p.m., the local police are involved. The community rallies together, searching every street, every park, every wooded area. But there's no sign of her. It's as if she vanished into thin air. The day after, her red bicycle is found less than 2 kilometers from her last known sighting. On the 2nd of August, 2007, 72 hours after her disappearance, municipal officers suggest that Cédrika has been abducted. The Quebec's provincial police force takes over the investigation from the smaller Trois-Rivières police force. Despite the gravity of the situation, no Amber Alert is issued. Hundreds of citizens join the search, but no trace of Cédrika is found. But despite the efforts of 60 full-time investigators and countless volunteers, the case grows cold. The days turn into weeks. Volunteers search tirelessly. Posters with Cédrika's bright smile are plastered on walls, on telephone poles, in shop windows throughout Quebec. Her parents, devastated but determined, appear on the news, pleading for help. Tips flood in, hundreds of them. People claim to have seen her, but none of the leads pan out. And then, chilling details emerge. Witnesses remember a man in a red sedan, seen talking to Cédrika that night. Police narrow it down to a 2004 red Acura TSX, captured on a nearby gas station's surveillance camera. Of the 258 red Acuras registered in Quebec, only 6 match the description. One of the owners stands out, Jonathan Bettis. His alibi can't be corroborated, and he becomes the prime suspect. Several girls from the area also came forward, saying they had been approached by a man who asked for help looking for his missing dog. Bettis is questioned multiple times, and his car is searched, but no forensic evidence links him to Cédrika's disappearance. Police launch an undercover operation to try to elicit a confession, but Bettis remains silent. He refuses to take a polygraph test, and rumors swirl that he once planned to flee to Switzerland, a country with no extradition treaty with Canada. Despite intense surveillance, including hidden cameras and wiretapping, no direct evidence is found. Time moves forward, but for Cédrika's family, time has stopped. Every milestone she should have reached, her 10th birthday, her first day of middle school, never comes. Instead, there are only questions, endless speculation, and a void that cannot be filled. Then, on the 11th of December 2015, more than 8 years after Cédrika vanished, a hunter stumbles upon something in a wooded area just 20 minutes from where she vanished. Skeletal remains are found. The next day, DNA confirms what everyone feared but refused to believe. Cédrika is found, but she is never coming home. The discovery of her remains raises more questions than answers. Investigators reveal they are still looking for a person of interest seen near the area where Cédrika disappeared, but no arrests are made. The case against Jonathan Bettis remains circumstantial. In 2016, he is arrested on unrelated charges of possessing and distributing illegal explicit content involving children, but he is acquitted in 2018 after a judge rules the evidence was obtained illegally. To this day, no one has been charged in connection to Cédrika's death. Bettis, however, says his life and his family's lives have been ruined by the methods Quebec provincial police employed to try to tie him to Cédrika's case. The SQ conducted an elaborate, years-long investigation using phone taps, undercover agents, and even staged a contest to gather evidence. Despite their efforts, no direct evidence linking Bettis to Cédrika's death was ever found. The charges, which stemmed from a 2016 raid on his home and workplace, were thrown out after the judge ruled the investigation had violated Bettis's charter rights by illegally searching his computer. Now, Bettis and his family are seeking $10 million in damages, claiming the SQ's actions destroyed their reputations, their business, and their lives. The family alleges they received death threats, had their home vandalized, and were intimidated by SQ investigators, who even showed up at their home with Cédrika's mother to pressure Bettis into taking a polygraph test. The lawsuit, which targets the SQ, Quebec's Attorney General, and several investigators, accuses the police of violating fundamental principles of justice, including the presumption of innocence and the right to remain silent. Cédrika's disappearance changed Quebec and Canada as a whole. It exposed the darkest corners of our world, the predators who lurk in the places we feel safest. In her honor, the Cédrika Provencher Foundation was created, dedicated to helping prevent child abductions and supporting families of missing children. But for her family, there is no closure, only the echo of her laughter in a childhood that ended far too soon. And the question that haunts us all: who took Cédrika Provencher? And will they ever be caught? If you have any information, anything at all, about what happened to Cédrika, I urge you to contact authorities. Cases like these can only be solved when people come forward. Thank you for watching, and remember to hug your loved ones a little tighter tonight. If you found this story compelling, please like, share, and subscribe for more true crime content. And as always, stay safe and trust no one.